So this is a review on what we did on Friday. So first of all, we did a little bit on health insurance. Um, health, just a very little bit. Then we did slightly more on economic evaluation. And third, we did a little bit of review. And for example, some people ask about a Grossman model. And now I'm going to recap everything we did in 5 or 10 minutes. So first of all, health insurance. The one thing I wanted to do there, if you go back to the original lecture we had, we drew this graph and we examined why people wanted insurance, because the expected utility of having insurance was higher than the expected utility of not having insurance using that graph. Now, the one thing we didn't do after explaining why people want insurance is to describe the market for insurance, because we went on to discuss moral hazard and adverse selection. Now, the market for insurance, given that people have this kind of demand for insurance, then we could draw a demand and supply curve like we usually do in economics. So the quantity here and the price here, and then you have the demand for insurance here, and then you have the supply of insurance. Okay, and then you need to know what can affect the demand for insurance, what can affect the supply of insurance. For example, if income goes up, then you will have a shift in the demand for insurance. Or if the cost of insurance go up, then you will have a shift in the supply curve, cost of providing insurance. So that's why I just want to add that, based on that diagram, you can create a market based on that diagram. And then we have all the problems we discussed about adverse selection and moral hazard in order to make this market work. Okay, that's all we wanted to do with health insurance. Now, economic evaluation. The thing we did on Friday then was to go over 3 different kinds of economic evaluations. And some of you know this already. So we had cost effectiveness analysis, we had cost utility analysis, and we have cost benefit analysis. And the difference between them was how we value cost and we value benefits. Costs are always measured in terms of dollars or money, basically. But benefits are measured in natural units. In cost effectiveness analysis, for example, the number of hips that you repair, for example. Now, in cost utility analysis, we measure the benefits in, for example, in QALYs, the quality adjusted life years. And then you need to know how to compute the QALYs, and I'll get back to that. And in cost benefit analysis, we convert everything, all the things we need, all the things we benefit, all the benefits are measured in terms of money. So we need a method in order to convert something into money. So these 2 methods, the QALY and here, we need methods in order to convert things into to quality and dollars. And to say something about that, so let's say we want to measure the quality, how bad it is to have a disease and how good it is to cure that disease. So if you draw this diagram and you have quality of life here, and life years are here. So if you have this quality and suddenly you get a disease and you fall down and then you die. Now if you find a cure for this disease, which means that the quality of your life will be higher and maybe you'll live for longer, and this is the gain you have, the quality is the life years. And you'll learn more about this later on in different lectures and different topics, but this is the basics. Now, in order to use this method, in order to say, okay, this is the gain from having a cure, then you need to know exactly how bad it is to have the disease and how far up you will get if you get the cure, and exactly how many years you will save. Now, how do you measure the quality? How bad is it to have this disease? How bad is it to break your leg? How bad is it to live without hearing? Things like that. And basically, there are 3 different methods of doing that, and I've explained them in a different video. They call the standard gamble, time trade-off, and something visual analog scale. And they've been explained in a different video, and I'll link to that. Now, in order to convert something into money, third method here, then basically again there's three different methods. I mean, there are additional methods both here and here, but I'm just going to focus on three. You can use the human capital approach. So what is the value of life? Well, it's whatever income you can earn. How much is it worth to save one life year? Well, in Norway, that would be something like $100,000 average income. Then you have, you can look at observed preferences or observed preferences, stated preferences, observed preferences first. Observed preferences. So for example, when you make choices, you can choose to invest in things that will reduce the risk of dying, for example. You can invest in safety equipment. You can buy a more expensive airline ticket. And that actually tells you something about how much you value your life in terms of money. So you can convert something like life years into money using this way or this way. Now, the third way would be something called stated preferences or contingent valuation. You just ask people, how much are you willing to pay? And you can do this in more sophisticated ways. And you'll learn more about all these methods. I just wanted to have a brief overview of how to do economic evaluation when you try to choose between two different priorities and two different treatments. You can do cost effectiveness, cost utility, cost benefit, and if you do cost utility, you have to find a quality. And if you do cost effectiveness, cost benefit, then you have to find the monetary value of the benefits, and you can use these three methods. So you just know about it. Stated preferences. And that's basically all we did, except when we did a review, I also talked about a Grossman model, and there's nothing new there. It's basically you should be able to draw this diagram saying, okay, the cost of doing something is stable, like the cost of an investment, because in the Grossman model, you look about the key in the Grossman model is to look at health as an investment. The reason why you invest in health is because you want to have good health so you can work and earn more money and buy the things you want. And the cost of an investment is like the cost of a car, is the loss in interest rate and the depreciation, because the car will lose its value, and the same with health. If you invest in health, it will lose value. Health goes down. So that's the cost, and it's the same. Doesn't really matter how much you invest. R plus D, interest rate plus the discounting. The marginal efficiency. So that's a quantity here. How much you want to invest? It's a cost here. Marginal efficiency of investment. Is this curve? Marginal efficiency of investment. In the beginning, you'll invest in things that will give you a lot high return, because when you have not invested in health, you can start with the big things first, basically. But after investing in big things, you get smaller and smaller return. That's why this curve is stacked. And this is the point where the marginal efficiency of investment is equal to the marginal cost. So this is where you will be, and this is how much you will invest in health services here. Q1, you'll aim to be there. And that's everything we did in 8 minutes. Good luck on the exam. Thanks.